What is going on, Governor? It's Chisgule here, and today we are going to commit a race against time. We're going to see if we can beat the top score, which is pretty darn high up there. I don't know. Well, we'll see if we can crack the code. If you like Rise of Kingdoms videos, where we take a stab at the toughest new events to see if we can score top places, you should like and subscribe, because we've been really pushing the boundaries recently, and we are a sponsored creator with Rise of Kingdoms. Now, I'll be honest, I was on my way to bed. I wasn't planning to do this event tonight where you gotta race to beat as many barbarians as you possibly can. But we were just looking around, and we noticed a little patch of barbarians that had some really solid density over here. Like, it seems unlikely you're gonna get such a good density of barbarians. So what I want to do is try to run a route from up over here all the way around over here, get this nice density here, move my way down, boom, hit this density. If needed, cruise my way through here, make my way down and around through Alliance territory at this point, cleaning up any extra barbarians that I sort of have time for along the way down over here. I don't think we're going to have time to do all of those barbarians, but we will see. I'm terrible. I'm going to bring my gatherers back. Even though they're like 30 minutes from finishing, I'll take care of those nodes later. And then we're going to fire this thing up. We're going to do this thing. Now, we put some thought into the different marches we're going to use here, but I'm putting the cart before the horse. Let me just explain this event. You're going to hit the button to start the event, and you've got a solid 5 minutes to run around killing barbarians, killing as many as you possibly can in order to score better. Now, theoretically, you could do this with other people, and it looks like it'll all count toward each other's score, which is pretty interesting. It's not like you form an official team, but I think if you're both hitting the same barbarian, then you both get credit for it. So theoretically, you could go a good bit faster by doing that. The way that we're going to accelerate ourselves, and we'll see, is by popping a 50% army expansion, which is a little crazy. It's a little crazy. That's like 2,000 or so gems. But here's the thing. If we get first, is it worth the 2,500 gems or 1,500 gems for the army expansion? Yes. That's worth the gems, right? If we get second, was it worth the gems? Yep. Third, heck, even through 10th, it would totally be worth the gems to pull off that kind of a score. So I think by popping the army expansion, we've got a 5% attack buff. That feels like enough. We might scout something to get the 3% buff just to have that for attack when you get War Frenzy. And then we'll just go completely ham. I think that's the play. I think that's the insight we've got, is we're going to pop the army expansion, and most people aren't going to do that. So we'll see if using that gets us this first place reward. I don't even know how good this is, how well they've done here. What I will say, if you look in the rules here, every barbarian you kill is going to extend your time for this event, and the bonus time is capped at 4 minutes. So we're going to have 9 minutes killing stuff, which is pretty fun. You get 3 chances per day, and they reset at 0 UTC. And just don't fire this off 15 minutes before the event is going to end, because it's not going to let you. And this is a 3-day event. Rewards go to players in the top 100. So let's start to form these marches. What I think we're going to use, and I guess first thing we got to do is we got to pop our army expansion. This feels crazy. This feels seriously crazy, but we're doing it. We pop the army expansion, and we've already done it now, so we're committed. And I guess I got to zoom out more. Here we go. The first march we want to use is Ethelfled with Khan. Our Ethelfled is kind of slow. The thing we're really optimizing for is our march speed here. We want these marches to go as fast as possible, and we're not trying to get experience. We're trying to smash stuff. So Ethelfled with Khan seems good. The next march we want to bring is going to be Cao Cao as the primary, with Saladin as the secondary. And that's going to give us a fair amount of march speed here and a fair amount of smash as well. So we'll find our Saladin way down over here. We're going to bring our T5 Royal Knights, and they're out on the field. Now, the next army we want to bring is Boudica and Baibars. And let's see here. We're trying to enhance our march speed after each fight by having Baibars make up the difference here. Here we go. Our Baibars is there. And I guess Baibars will get experience. We're going to bring more Knights. And this is sort of interesting. The last cavalry march we have is Belisarius and Minamoto. There we go. And we don't have quite enough to fill a full march there, but we're really close. We'll fill that out with T4s. Now, the last army we're going to bring, I debated, like, what army actually moves really quickly here that we compare with Lohar. And what I think we want to do, and there might be a better way to do this. I had considered Charles Martel, but he doesn't really hit very hard. What I think I want to do is use Alexander the Great and a bunch of infantry. And I know that sounds weird, but he's going to move pretty fast. He's going to do a bunch of damage. He's just got so much attack. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The shielding, I mean, it's sort of relevant. It's sort of not. We could use a commander like Yi Sung-ye, but the 30% march speed here, I feel like is a really big deal on our infantry, so we can send them out on the field. Now, we can test this, of course, just to see, like, how do these units compare? And we can take, let's take our Cao Cao army. Who's the secondary there? It was Cao Cao and Saladin. And we can compare this to the Lohar and Alexander the Great army. Here we go. Okay, so let's just see here. How fast do they go? It's not quite as fast, but I think it's going to be fast enough. Those infantry are fast enough. So let's march to our starting position. I'm actually most worried about the Boudica, but that's why we put Baibars there. Baibars is going to make it so you go faster for about 10 seconds after battle. So let's make our way over. We are headed to this starting area, which we've marked all the way. I mean, we'll get the marching. I better zoom out and do it this way. It's all the way over here. And, you know, like, hopefully these folks in red don't notice that I'm coming nearby. We're going to have to pop a bunch of action point potions along the way also in order to make sure that we've got enough AP to actually do this thing. I think we've got enough AP. We're going to burn an outrageous amount of our action points, which is a little concerning. I am a little concerned about the number of potions that I have available to do this with. But we're going to go for it because, like, if we get all those legendary commander sculptures, it is 100% worth. And if we don't, I mean, I'm going to be very impressed with the folks in our kingdom. Holy moly. So there we go. We've got a lot of AP saved up now. We're making our way to our starting line. And with the amount of time we have, I think we'll be able to go sort of through here, up and around. Like, I think we'll get into this density. I feel like this was more dense earlier. Maybe I'm crazy. I think we'll be able to get into that density and then cruise on through here. And, like, this is pretty good density as well. And move on down. I expect we'll get to about here. I don't actually know how far we're going to get in the 9 minutes. I've never done this with 5 full expanded marches. We've picked up a rune as well, by the way. We've got, let's see here, damage to barbarians and experience gain. You're probably better off with 10% attack if you can find it. You're definitely better off with one that gives you march speed if you can get that. I think it's like march speed and attack would be the rune to get. So we're going to be back. Oh, yeah, and we've got the Justice title. That should help with our march speed as well. All right, we're about to start the Barbarian D 500? Question mark? We're about to hit prepare and fire this thing off and see how high we can rank. Red arrow 55, red 55 arrow, did really well here, I think, with this score. We'll see if our strategy can next level it. We'll see if this density does the job. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But this sounds fun. Either way, a learning experience. Let's give this thing a shot before the folks nearby notice we're here. So we're going to hit prepare, and then we're off to the freaking races. Here we go. Do I have to start from my city? Did I have to start from my city? That would be so awkward. Start. Ready. Start. Okay. Here we go. I have so many buffs I can't see how much time I have left. Oh yeah, but I get a lot of bonus time there. Okay. Cool. These guys really melt. Super duper fast. Also, my infantry are looking real slow. This may be a problem. This may be a problem. We'll see. I think we're going to obliterate the top score here. I think we might obliterate the top score. All right. Cruising right along. Pop some action point potions here. Keep ourselves really topped off so that does not become a problem. Oh, good. Now we can see how much time we have left. 6 minutes, 33 seconds. Okay. Cool. Welcome to the Barbarian D 500. Boom. All right, we're cruising. So far, we are gaining time, which seems good. Seems good. Does not take a lot of skill attacks to finish these guys off. It's possible that Yi Seong-Ye AoE would have been better. I considered it. That might, like, group the enemies up for me a little bit better. Assuming I'd even get an AoE attack. Look at how fast they drop. Wow. This is pretty cool. The Barbarian D 500. This is going to be close. Ooh, with these 9, 8, oh, our mailbox is overflowing. Bummer. Bummer. All right, time is up. Boom. We hit rank 1. Let's back off here. I actually kind of want that barbarian to stick around. If I do another round of this on Alliance territory to see if it's better, I kind of want that barbarian to be there. And maybe we run that test real quick. Okay, so let's try this again. Maybe we could do better. What if we start here? We hit 31, 34, 35, 32. Hit these over here. I like this cluster. This is a really nice cluster. Then dip back onto alliance territory and cut down through here and across through here. And maybe this is a route that does us a little bit better. I think this could be pretty compelling. So let's pop a bunch of action point potions, which I get a little worried about my stash here. I'm going to pop a bunch of these. And, oh, there's even some down over here we could start with. We'll start over here and then curve onto alliance territory. I think this is the play. This is how we're going to do this. All right. Our marches are slightly smaller. I don't have time right now to run all the way back to town, to be perfectly honest. I feel good enough about this. It's not perfect, but I feel good enough. Okay, let's give this a shot. Well, here we go. Let's hit prepare. Here we go. Are going to beat our record. Can we kill this marvelous amount of time? Gosh, maybe the tiny amount of troops is going to matter. So close. So close. Well, we beat our score. So I think being on alliance territory is the way to go. I think being on your alliance territory is the way to go. And that makes sense, right? But if you're, kind of stuck in zone 1, that's a little bit tricky to be on your territory and have high-level barbs to fight. It's a little tight for space, to be perfectly honest. Let's hit a couple more barbs just for giggles and then kind of call it there. So we hit number 1. We did pretty well with that score. Already someone is contending us here. So I don't know how long we'll be able to keep this score. Hopefully, with this score, we stay in the top 10. That makes it totally worth it. That will make it totally worth it if we can stay in the top 10. If we fall out of top 10, Well, then at least we made an entertaining video. At least we will have made an entertaining video. Let's send all these troops home. If I were rearranging my marches, I would not use Alexander the Great. The march speed was not that great. And I know he does elevate attack pretty profoundly. He's got 4 relevant skills in the open field, which is a really big deal, right? The march speed, the attack. He's giving even more attack. He's reducing the, increases the damage taken by the enemy. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff going on here. I don't know that it's that good, though. In the very least, you kind of have to use T4 troops for this, which, like, I don't know. What commander would I bring instead? Would it be El Cid? El Cid's got the march speed, but, like, defense bonus? I don't know what other commander I would bring instead. Maybe, well, I need speed is the problem. I needed speed more than anything. So maybe I would spread around my cavalry commanders a little bit differently. That might be the play. That might be the play. Spread around the cavalry love. Red Arrow's going to break my record tomorrow, he says. We'll see, my friends. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe down below. It means a lot to me as a content creator. Really, it does. And until next time, you have fun smashing the kingdom.